room for board, and I look after members in the Europe region. And I'm very pleased to welcome you to this interesting session we've got today. We're going to have the speakers speaking for around about 20 to 25 minutes each, and then we'll have an open panel session. The first speaker, I'm going to introduce them all now, and then pick a speaker. And I may have got the names, pronunciation slightly wrong, but the first one is going to be Ahmed Taha from Saudi Aramco. He's a training and development consultant in Bahrain, and he's going to talk about mentoring for development. And I think that's going to be an interesting session. And then we're going to go on to Salma Al-Najim from Bahrain. She runs an IT consultancy looking at human capital. Well, that's what she's working on at the moment. And lastly, Annette Hartenstein. I've known Dr. Annette Hartenstein. I've known for many years. She's been involved in it, and she's going to look at the aging workforce, or developing the aging workforce. I think that'll be an interesting session. Annett's an expert in this field. She's a legislative aide in the USA on aging issues. She was formerly with the US Congress as an auditing officer, and she's also an officer for the Alliance for Retired Americans. That'll be interesting. So, without further ado, Ahmed, can I ask you to take over? Okay. Thank you.
Okay, good afternoon. Okay. My name is Ahmad mentioned by our gentleman, and I'm glad to take part in this important event. Hoping that my contribution will add value to all of you. This presentation, which is about mentoring. And I hope that we get the following from this session. But I'm going to talk about mentoring as a phenomena, okay, and as me as mentor the tool. What is mentoring, why we mentor, what are the benefits of organization that can be gained, mentoring as a strategic approach, measuring the outcome, again, assessment, the key development indicator that says mentoring is the key responsible for the organization. As a second part, I'm going to show especially the audience from outside Aramco the best practice model that we have in Saudi Aramco. How Saudi Aramco benefits from mentoring as a tool for developing capability for various programs. And I hope all of you will enjoy. Okay. Mentoring, as all of you notice that nowadays again, the word itself tells that it is a tool that has been used by many government institutions, used by universities, schools, communities, for various purposes, but at the end for one similar purpose, developing in various aspects. And for that, you see that actually here, that mentoring for many reasons, many times. Example, if you go to the internet and try to search the anti-web mentor, you will find many research works nowadays is going on. Because they have found that the very cost-effective tool, the flexible tool that can work and do great for developing people in various aspects, as you can see here. Also, mentoring, because of that, mentoring is gaining, especially in developing countries. Like United States, for example, they consider the month of January as the month of mentoring. And maybe some of you know the fact that on the January 20, every year, the President of the United States used to address the nation that asking all adults to take part in developing young people and, for example, young people. And this is and through that, people, they exchange, okay, the appreciation that have been made by adults to others. And this is, can be through various media, through emails, through appreciation, through recognition ceremony that used to be held. But, okay, so what is that behind the word itself? The phrase mentor, who? Maybe some of you, I don't know this, but I think, okay, from this, a mentor in the Greek mythology is a person to whom an emperor asked him to take care of his son. So that the emperor, Odysseus, asked his friend, mentor, to take care of his son, Telemachus. So what are the characteristics of that man? He is wise, trusted counselor, as well as tutor. From that time, anyone who played similar role, okay, we call him mentor. And the word spread it and have been now used everywhere, as I have said before. So, all right. So mentoring, in brief, it is, okay, as mentioned here, it is a one-to-one process in which an experienced person tries to help less experienced person through career, through, for example, developing his skills, through many other ways that the other person needs. Mentoring, as a concept, all of us who are here in this room, we are programmed to be mentors because we as parents, we take care of our children. That means if you practice this, you're programmed to be a mentor, that you take care of your kids and it is existed before books, schools, master to apprentice, parent to child, it is direct and constant and focused. So it is right. So why we use it? Because it's easier. That means, for example, in an organization, you can try to use your experienced employees from within. It is never easier to create experience. It is least expensive in the least expensive way. So it is cost effective and it is very useful too. What are the benefits to organization? Why, for example, especially large organizations, they are using mentoring for many reasons, as mentioned here. Number one, to attract and retain high performers. If, for example, I'm going to join a company, number one issue for me will be, besides getting the job, am I going to get sort of development or not? Having mentoring, this will help. This indicates that the mentoring, the company or organization is going to take care of me, I will be developed, I'm going to get, so that I can have necessary skills in a very short period of time. Also, it's used to upgrade employee experience, because you are going to work with huge experienced personnel, then this will help you to get further experience. Also, to promote diversity of thought and impact. Especially, for example, nowadays we are living in a global environment in which people like what we have now. We exchange ideas. We came from different backgrounds. For example, just think of having all of us in one organization. That means we are going to get different thoughts, different styles. We are going to learn new approaches to tackle problems. Also, it is transition of new assignment. By mentoring, that means it is easy for you, even if you want to move from one place to another. Before, they used to tell you, no, we don't have investment. We cannot allow you to go to that place. But through mentoring, that means if you are going to mentor someone, you are going to transfer your experience. So this will ease the transition of new assignment. Also, it will develop leadership style. The employee who have been assigned as a mentor is going to behave like a leader. And by that, for organization, we are going to develop the number of leaders within organizations. Also, it will experience. So by that we are preserving an institutional memory. Okay, we develop a line of succession. This is very important. Now, if you would like to do anything planning, then you need to assign a mentor to a person to help him during his career path. Foster collaborative environment, that means people they will share, right, ideas and work together, and this will help them out. Strengthening corporate competence for planning. This is, for example, now specialized organization, always they need to have adaptable workforce. So by having skilled folks, this will help them to have this just an example showing that this is a survey made by an American company showing that how mentoring has helped in improving the skills of personnel within an organization in different aspects. That means, for example, you see here, for example, increase in skill, promote diversity, and improve technical knowledge, promote promotion to have career track, many benefits. But anything about the yellow means that this is the percentage. Alright, that means, for example, that have been gained by applying mentor. And that means you can compare it with mentoring without mentoring. The possible mentoring outcomes through the interaction is also this simple diagram will give you an idea. We are going to make a number of outcomes. But what are the basis for effective mentoring? In an organization, there is two things that have been mentioned by the speaker yesterday and today. And they emphasize this. Right? For any mentoring is about what? About relationship. To expand the relationship, what you need to use? Two things. Effective communication skill and interpersonal relationship. By communication skill, you are going to meet with a human being. That means you need to talk and listen, send and receive. And by interpersonal relationship, we mean that you love working team. You want to help others. You want, for example, take care of them. You notice what we call it self-awareness, emotional intelligence. You apply all those techniques in order to keep the relationship. So what is the mentor role? In our class, we use a very simple word that can describe, the mentor role. Here we have it. For example, T to mentor, M-E-N-T-O-R diagram. That means T is to train. That means, for example, when you have been assigned as a mentor, you are going to train the employee by, for example, through demonstration, through explanation, and so on. And then you are going to observe him while he practices. You need to make sure he's doing okay. Then, when he's ready, you are going to evaluate his performance. Is he okay or not? Then, you're supposed to record that performance after you do the assessment, and then you need to report it to supervisor. So we call them the four basic roles. If you are dealing with, for example, the serial worker. If you are dealing with a professional, then the team will be to teach. For example, if we knew that many those individuals who join from or college graduates, when they go to their place, for example, some of them, they don't know some aspects. That means that tools that they need to learn in order to use. Like, for example, if he's going to be an engineer and he wants to use to conduct certain calculation, he has never been through this before. But that means the experienced engineer is going to show him how to tackle this problem, how to calculate it, and use software, how to use it in order to do sort of transaction. Then we have M and N. M is to motivate. One of the major roles of the mentor as an experienced personnel is to encourage, is to inspire. And the overall role is to nurture. Nurture means to grow, means to develop. This is the main role of the early mentor. What are the qualities of mentoring? What the specific qualities that mentoring have which other tools they don't have. Mentoring is efficient and meaningful. What do you mean by efficient? By efficient, we mean input equal output. That means there is no loss. It is one-to-one. It is direct, no distraction. Right. And by meaningful, we mean that this process is based to improve the skills. We do it in a real-world situation. We are not going, for example, just an experiment or something that is training center or, for example, a classroom situation. No. It is based on the real-world needs. But this is what we call it meaningful process. All right. But what is the mentoring strategy that you need to adopt in order to have good mentoring? Number one, we need to have a well-defined roles of both mentor and mentee. That means the mentor knows his role, as I just explained, and the mentee knows his role in order to be involved. Two, mentor-mentee works relationship. We need to explain, for example, to the mentee that you are responsible for your own development. The mentor is here just to help you. Right? And the limitation that means you have to do your homework, you have to do more effort in order to be developed. It is very commitment of self-development, as I have just explained. Okay, careful planning of mentee's development. There is supposed to be specific tasks that need to be indicated in order the mentee knows what task he needs to accomplish in order to be developed. Also, reviewing and tracking mentee progress. We need to have a tool through which we review the progress. So I'm going to give the example. Here how mentoring delivers on organization strength. Always people they compare mentoring to what? To training, right? Okay, training, where training used to happen in classroom situation. That means in training, the positive that you are going to teach a big number of large number of people, right? While mentoring is going to be one-to-one. That's right. But what are the positives? That means here in the mentoring situation, it is just in time training. Just in time training. It is cost effective. You are not going to, for example, bring a teacher or leader from outside. You are going to use your own personnel to train. And the drawback also no. What kind of mentoring do we have? We have two kinds of mentoring. We have informal and formal. Informal, that means, for example, Ahmad, I think that was from Mr. X. He has quite good experience, and I enjoy his experience, and I want to ask him to help me in taking care of. So we call it this is fair play.